Yo,
What's
welcome
good?
to KKs Corner. We back in effect on this good old day. What's going on with you, Will?
Yeah, same old, same old. What's going on with you? A lot of energy. You high energy today.
You already know I'm on a little spring break. I'm chilling.
I forgot.
Listen, I just come to the office to do this when I'm on spring break. So yeah, I'm in the office, trying to get everybody linked in. But other than that, I've been in my drawers and flip flops all week. I ain't doing nothing.
But you do order in some food.
Yep. Sure did. I made a mistake and went to Taco Tuesday last night though. Too many margaritas, bro. I almost ain't wake up this morning.
What where you go to Taco Tuesdays?
I actually went to Studio 183. They give you $20. You could drink all you could drink margaritas from 5 to 9, I think, Coach. I literally don't know what happened after like 8 o'clock. So what happened between 8 and 9? I was feeling fine, buddy. I don't know. I got
Ex-
home
ex-
at a reasonable time. So yeah.
Explain to the audience what Studio 183 is, please.
Studio 183 is just like a lounge, little lounge. They was playing bingo in there. We actually won shots. We won $150. My table, like if you sitting at a table with people who buy bingo cards. So it was a little different. I just wanted to get out the house because I really didn't do anything. Once I got out the house and ate me some fire-ass tacos, I was good.
See, the funny thing is, whenever I come back home to Miami, my other home, I get out of pocket. I don't get out of character. It's just more like Wild Will when we get around. I'll be in the club doing all kind of rowdy shit when I'm around your ass. That's why I gotta ease in the next time I come back to the crib.
No worries. When you get here, we gonna be good. Listen,
Okay. Okay.
speaking of spring break, I'm talking about South Beach. Don't take y'all ass over there. Man, they just shooting people over there. I ain't going over. They shooting people like shooting, jumping on cars, fighting, looting. Like when I was in college or whatever school and we go on spring break, we go to have fun. I don't know what they got going on. I tell you what, I ain't going over there. I don't
I
care.
mean, and also look, spring break attracts people that aren't necessarily in college or studying too. And so
Right.
we can't just put it on the people, because
Hey man, them
I
young folks down there, Will. That's all I see is young folks. So I don't know. It wasn't this much action before spring breaks. So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna blame it on y'all as the spring breakers.
I just, man, I hate to see, I saw the video footage of the
Right.
shooting on the street. And you know, this is all I don't think some people don't really realize how small South Beach is. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's really only like three major streets that go north south. And so, you got Ocean, you got Collins, you got
Washington.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the three main ones. I mean, if you want to go further back, you
Right.
got Alton, but that Alton doesn't count. But those three. And so within that, like I'm let's say sixth, no, I say like ninth or 10th to like 14th is bars and clubs because a little bit south of there's restaurants. It's a little less, and then a little further north, it's sporadic. But that little pocket right there, so you really everybody that's in South Beach is experiencing that like maybe block radius,
Yeah.
and all of that shit happened right in there.
Right there. Like ring cameras ain't up or ain't no cameras on the businesses. Like man, like it's crazy, bro. And then now they passing a law, all the liquor stores and liquor stopped selling at 6 o'clock. They were trying to put a curfew down there, but the business owners wasn't having it. I tell you what, I ain't going on there. I don't give a damn what y'all do. Y'all could be selling Beyonce bathwater. I ain't going to that motherfucker. I ain't going down there at all. So you could miss me on that South Beach. Another thing
So
happened.
wait, before we move on, so the limit is Beyonce bathwater. Is that what you're telling me? So there's a
Yeah.
chance they could get you down there for
Yeah,
Beyonce
yeah.
bathwater.
Yeah. Like all the rest of that shit. Beyonce bathwater. I told you she like a unicorn. Hey man, you think I keep playing? For real, that's bae.
I know.
Yeah, man. Another thing happened. I'm just this Miami stuff crazy. You saw Takashi 6ix9ine got beat up in LA Fitness the other day here.
Yes, I need to preface that because I need you to explain to the people because Miami is a city. He got beat up at a LA Fitness in Westchester. Explain to the people what Westchester is.
I don't know. Shit. I don't know. I'm from Liberty City.
That shit far as
I
fun.
don't know. I don't even drive over there. Like if you getting beat up in Westchester, you soft as hell anyway. Who the fuck stays over there? Bro. Hey, I mean, I don't know much about him. I just know he's labeled as one of the biggest snitches in the rap game. Like literally, like he's a rat. Run tell that. So I guess they caught him, working out and gave him that 2-piece special. Boy, they was stomping him, kicking him. I mean, I don't condone it. They beat the brakes out of that boy ass. I ain't lying. He had
What's wild is
scars.
Everybody know because they videotaped it. It's out there. Like it's not just we just beat his ass and he's upset. No, we taped it.
They wanted to show they beat his ass. Like they got real cookies for beating him. He looked like he about 5'4", 117 pounds soaking wet, but y'all leave that man alone, man. He done did his crime, did his time, whatever the case may be.
First of all, Westchester. Listen, if I can't even if you get your ass
listen, honestly,
at LA Fitness in Westchester.
I've been in Miami all my life and I still don't know where the hell that is. I don't know where it is. So
I feel like isn't it like west, kind of north of Kendall, north of Kendall, or is it south of Kendall?
I really don't know.
That's just only like 20 years old.
That's like is that the rich neighborhood or some suburbs? I don't know. Never heard of it. Yeah, buddy. So we got a guest coming today. I thought this guest was gonna be just a little risque, It's just this guy. He's a coach here in Miami. Definitely, he's one of my Facebook friends. That's why I like him. He's very, how can I say it? He goes against the grain on every topic or subject. He's literally like the person that everybody wants to delete. But yes, he's a great person. He's a business owner, and he's also a football coach here. I just want to, bring somebody on that could give us a little knowledge about, Miami football as an insider in a high school era, business, owning a business, also being an asshole from day to day. And then I'm gonna put him in the seat,
Well, let's let him in and let's introduce him.
Okay. You in? Oh boy, this boy got an old green screen.
Woo! I'm in there. Oh, okay, there we go. Hey.
You see, he fancy. He got old green screen. We around here got background action and shit.
First of all, I had to rep my boys today because my men and my women's basketball team.
Oh no, this is gonna be good because this is a Florida State diehard guy. So this is gonna be good today. This gonna be good today. All right, Torian Bean, y'all welcome Torian Bean, the KKs Corner. Introduce yourself, coach. Let them know what you do, what you is, all that good stuff.
How y'all doing? Torian Bean, originally from Miami, Florida. Of course, like as KK said, I'm a diehard Seminole.
We won't hold that against you.
Not by choice, but it is. Currently, I'm offensive coordinator at Miami Booker T. Washington Tornadoes, F5 Tornadoes. Also run 2 companies down here in Miami, Florida. We won't talk about that much, but that's a little bit about me, and just down here grinding and making it happen.
All right, Coach. I'm gonna give you like the easy questions first. Gonna question you about a little football. Then I'm here put you in a little hot seat, and then we're gonna see what is what. If you're gonna be real, like you be when you be on Facebook, making people about to delete your ass. All right, so
I only know one way to be.
Okay. What's it like coaching for one of the best football programs in Miami?
I never take it for granted. When I started coaching 19 years ago, I was privileged enough to be a part of a great program, and I stayed there. And we became a dominant powerhouse, and I never take that for granted. So I take it more so as a privilege to be able to, to coach 70 plus guys year in and year out, making showing them how to be better in life, just bigger than football and things like that. And, like, I don't want to ever make it think like we just coaching football, because we actually guiding young men. And as far as the athletic side of it, being a part of a dominant program, making it happen, it's amazing to me, and I have fun every day doing it, and it's just a great thing to be a part of.
Okay.
Booker T is such a big program nationally too. What does that do to the young men on the team, knowing that it's national? Because we're in a kind of a social media age, and so it's like that kind of energy. I know you've seen that shift having coached this long. How has that shift kind of affected the mentality of the players?
We do a good job of making sure that the players know about the tradition of what they're coming into. A lot of guys don't realize what they are coming into, but we're actually privileged enough to have most of the kids that's on the team. They're actually from that neighborhood, so they grew up watching it. They grew up, it's either their brothers or their uncles or their dads. Or I'm at a point now where I'm coaching some sons of players that I actually coached when I first started. So
Damn, you old.
Yeah, I'm old, man. It's gray hair is kicking in. But they know a good deal about the tradition and being a powerhouse. Like, it's 3 powerhouse football teams, like national powerhouse football teams in Miami. It's Booker T. Washington, Miami Central, Miami Northwestern. No secret. Just being a part of that and making sure these kids understand what that is. They live that, and they know exactly what they're coming into every day.
Okay, so you say Northwestern, Booker T, and Central. Nolan say they're a national powerhouse this year. How you feel about that, Mr. Bean?
See, you try to get me. You trying to make me be like candid. I'm not gonna shy away from it. Like, it's up there, stuck there with New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? It's not New Orleans. It's a couple of coaches on their staff that they came out of pocket, so I had to come out of pocket. But there's nothing wrong with New Orleans. They're good. You jump up the porch. You're trying to get there. You're trying to make a name for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that just like we are a national powerhouse, and we have up and down years, and you have certain years we know where we can't go and tackle that national powerhouse circuit. Like Don Bosco or Bishop Gorman or the Mathers or those teams like that. You have a great gauge of where your team is and if they could take on that kind of contention. But New Orleans feel like they have it, and I don't. So I'm just real. People are like, why you like, no? It's Dade County versus everybody. No. So let's say we take Sunset and put them up against the Mather. It's going to happen, right? It's not the same thing. So I'm not saying I don't dislike or I'm hating or anything. I just don't feel, in my expert opinion, that New Orleans is ready to take on Bosco. Okay. I think it's going to get ugly, and that's just me. So if I'm a hater, I'm a hater. Hey.
Okay, so
but with that said, though, you scouted all of these players, like within your team of people. So it's not like, I respect a professional opinion as well. It's like you scouted these players, you've seen what they have, and so you have an opinion that's based on more than just hating. It's not a hating necessarily.
Thank you, I appreciate that. See, you're talking to a man who has sense. Thank you.
No, but we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We was talking about the high school transfer portal with the transfer portal. So we was talking about how kids can they can decide if they don't like something or they feel like they could make they can excel at another school or they have a better chance at winning state here or there. What's your real take, like, as a coach? I know most coaches be like, okay, if I get the guys, I'm good with it. But what is your real take on kids? Because I know when we were growing up, we had the school in our neighborhood and we bled that school out. Like, we all went to that school. So how you feel about that?
Like you say, when we were growing up, we didn't have that pretty much. It's like you played for the school in your neighborhood, and that was it. Also, most of the schools in our neighborhood, we had great coaches, great programs, things like that. So back in my day, it was like, you think about, I think the first transfer I ever saw was like Cedric Irvin. And that was like big. It was like, whoa, Cedric Irvin leaves Miami South Ridge. He's going to Miami High. That was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that. That wasn't too much. Then, like, we didn't have that for a long time. But when you have it now, before we even talk about the transfer portal, I would hope that parents place their kids in the best situation to begin with. I'm not a big fan of kids just jumping schools, whatever, because I feel like kids have a jumper mentality, and that follows them. It follows them for the rest of their life. And anytime they don't feel like something's not going their way or they're not getting something they want or whatever, it's not teaching them how to stick things through or persevere through things or make them mentally tough or whatever. So that follows them. And they go to college and you see these kids doing the same thing. They transfer 3-4 times, whatever. So I'm not a big proponent of it. I also say I'm not against it because I'm like, say your child is in a bad situation, or they didn't choose the right program to begin with, or they may want to come. They may have went to somewhere and now they say, okay, I see that this coach is better, or this coach can get me better, or whatever. So they have the opportunity to do that. But like I said, I would hope that the parents place their kids in the right situation. That's why I do most of my recruiting 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? I want the 8th graders to come in and boom. That way I have them from the beginning. Now, if I see a family member and I know somebody that I want to coach or whatever, and I see that they're in a bad situation, I might tap them on the shoulder. Hey, you may want to go over here. But nah. But I'm not against it. But I will hope that parents choose the right situation. And like I say, I do most of my recruiting 8th grade.
So do you have a lot of parents stepping in these days? Is has it stepped up or is it about the same? Do parents step in and they have a lot to say?
Actually, it's funny you say that because nowadays, like, the kids control the parents. So we would think that, you could that the parents would have to say so, but like now you talk to a parent and they're like, well, he said that he wanna, it's like, so it's I would say it's about 70-30, but parents are still in, like, they're still in control, but a lot of times, like, those star athletes or whatever, they're controlling the situation.
So how do you handle being a 2 business owner and a football coach? Because this football stuff is year round. It's 365 days a year. I mean, you got to definitely feed these kids, mentor these kids, take them home, pick them up.
You have to be passionate for the work.
Yes.
You got to be passionate for the work.
Definitely. Like I tell everybody, it's a labor of love down here because we're probably like the lowest paid high school football coaches or none paid high school football coaches in the United States.
My next question.
To answer your question, KK, it's a lot of time management, and I have to even get better at that. But I try to keep a good calendar. I know, like, with football, I know from 3:00 until 7. That's what I'm doing every day. So everything with my other 2 businesses, it has to surround that. So I'll do my installations like in the morning and the evening, and just keeping a great calendar. And I work pretty good with that. So it's just time management.
Okay. So you said it about the paying and all that. We do notice that South Florida pumps out some of the best athletes, the most NFL players, but you guys are the least paid coaches in the world, Craig.
In the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Like,
in the world.
Football coaches in Miami get crumbs, and you guys are producing just on a give me a ballpark number of how many NFL players came from Booker T.
We pretty much put out about, in our short history, we've had at least about 15 plus NFL players. From that,
name some of the people that we're talking about that you worked with while we.
Whoa, boy! Like we going all the way back. Well, historically, we have Larry Little from the Miami Dolphins, the 1972 team. That's one of the first ones. Going all the way back, we have Chad Thomas, Mark Walton, we Antonio Callaway, Brandon Harris. That's one of the most notable ones. And the list goes on. We could keep naming. Whether it's NFL or NCAA.
This year.
We got a couple going this year.
Draft this year, right?
Definitely. Okay. So and it's a lot in the NCAA pipeline that's definitely they're about to touch that. But Maurice Alexander was one of those feel good stories. He was a star athlete at FIU. Then he got a shot at the USFL, and from the USFL he went on to be now he's on Detroit Lions. So that's one of the most feel-good stories. You look at a kid that's always been grinding, from Florida City, and then moving all the way up to FIU, and then going on and doing great things. So we have a number of kids that's out there in that circuit, but it's a lot that comes out of Dade County, period. And for us to be one of the meccas of high school football and to be the lowest or non-paid coaches in the United States is sad. And, we try to find the answers, and everybody's like, oh, you got to have a union, whatever. But at the same time, we are probably the lowest paid coaches, but we have the highest paid administrators. And we have the highest paid school administrators. When you talk about the people that's downtown, and hey, I'm going to say it, like you said, I'm keeping it real. All of our administrators, they're making six figures. High six figures, and all our football coaches, they're making three figures, low three figures, or none.
Y'all, the athletic directors, the business managers, everybody that is around this multi-million-dollar, thing that we call Miami football, are getting the crumbs of whatever. You have Nike schools and everything like that. They can nothing.
Right.
And I was, we look at kind of the legacy of politics in Miami, especially with the, obviously just in general, but also with the school administration there. And it's a lot of theft. Now I'm in Los Angeles and we have y'all's old superintendent here in LA. The LA school district, LAUSD, keep fighting a good fight. They're out there, on strike right now as we speak. They've been on strike for the last day or two. But, I think it speaks a lot towards the politics of school administration and stealing money and, bullshit spending on their people as opposed to taking care of what is kind of holding is one of the few things that's actually taking the school district to a place of national recognition.
Yeah, man.
Talking about the highest paid superintendent.
Right.
The highest paid superintendent.
Yep. I'm gonna leave him alone because they might try to come for me, Coach. They might try to come for me.
You can't say nothing, but I can.
You can say whatever you want. Listen, I'm almost to the point where I could go ahead and pitch my tent somewhere and get in my Winnebago and never come back. But I'm gonna leave him alone. So, Will, anything else you want to ask, Bean?
No, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on. I know KK's got some rapid fires for you coming. So
I'm gonna put his butt in a hot seat. I'm gonna put
that's
him
why
in
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna
Hey,
let this.
Bush, I need a drink. I'm about to get in the hot seat. I'm in the hot seat. Okay.
I'm gonna put him in the hot seat. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Get 20
All right.
seconds to answer. You know, you say your yes or no, your whys, whatever, however you feel, and then we'll go on to the next. So when you hear me say that's it, then you go on.
This like Carisha, please.
Nah, this like KK Corner, goddamn it. There no Carisha. Because my shit always targeted towards the people who I'm talking to. And we ain't talking about tossing those salads. We ain't talking about all that stuff right there. So I'm gonna try and keep it fair. So we can
I'm always up to a challenge. I'm ready.
I know. Okay, Florida football or Cali football?
Florida all day.
Florida. Okay. Parker Biggie. I'm giving you the easy ones first.
Biggie.
Okay. Let me see. You already said the top 3 high schools in Miami. I had that lineup. You always answer. Right. Okay. Who's the worst coach you ever coached with? Who's the best coach you ever coached with?
The best coach I ever coached with. I only coached with 2 coaches. So the best coach I ever coached with, of course, the guy who gave me my start, my mentor, the legendary Tim Ice Harris. I could go on like forever about this guy. He gave me my start.
5 seconds for this one.
He gave me my start, and he taught me everything I need to know about this game, and I'm still learning as I go. But I'm pretty good at what I do. But that's the greatest coach I ever coached with.
Greatest coach.
Oh gosh, yeah, the worst coach I ever coached with.
I mean, we can skip that if you ain't up to the challenge.
We ain't gotta skip it. We ain't gotta skip it. One thing about coaching, man, like seriously, like there's nothing wrong with One thing about coaching, we have to respect people as human beings. I think the second coach I ever coached with didn't do a good job of that. Whether he's a likable person or not, whether he's a legend and his name take whatever, I didn't feel like he respected me as a man, and I had to move away from that. So it's nothing like no bad thing. Like everybody has different leadership styles, different management styles, whatever. Just wasn't for me. So the best coach I ever coached for is Tim Ice Harris. The worst coach I ever coached for was the Luther Campbell.
Oh Lord. Okay, yo, women. Do you like eye candy or you like good personalities?
I'm like Dion. I like both.
You like both? Come on, man. Condom on or condom off?
Good personality. I take that all day, every day.
Okay. Condom on or condom off?
Raw dog. No, that's the cigars I smoke. No, that's the cigars I smoke.
Oh Lord!
But I do got a baby on the way, so I could,
Oh Lord, you still thinking, boy? Hey, how long should you wait before intimacy?
Say that again.
How long should you wait before intimacy? One night stand is okay, or what? Would you still respect it? What's up?
Give me a couple of hours, man. Like that's all I need. All I need is a couple of hours. I hate that, man. Like. We're grown people, bro. We adults. Like, if you want to do something with somebody, all that, you got to wait 3 months, 3 weeks, all that. I ain't here for it. It's all about chemistry. If you hit it off, let's go.
How you feel about Brett having a baby, being pregnant?
Confused. That shit confused me. Like, it confused me about, like, it's so many things. It confused me. I get it, like, right? But Brat's supposed to be the man of the relationship, and the man is having the baby. And
call it dominant.
I just left it alone. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused.
LeBron or Jordan?
Come on, man. It's only one GOAT. LeBron is great, but ain't nobody like MJ. We watch this every day. Every night we watch MJ in our house, and nobody can say anything about this guy. It's like, it's nobody greater than MJ, man.
Okay. Last question. Why you think they jumped Tekashi 6ix9ine in the LA Fitness?
That was staged, man. That was staged. He staged his own jumping, bro. Like
Yes.
Come on, now. That was staged.
I mean, that's you. I just see it on there every media site. I guess that's how you do get relevant. That's a good thing, though, to keep yourself relevant.
That's him, like, you know, trying to keep that pressure off him so nobody else don't jump him. But it was staged.
But
still,
when
you know,
Will told me where he got jumped at in the area, I'm like, man, don't nobody go over there.
Right. Like Wellington. First they said Miami. It was like Miami is not Wellington. So then I said Wellington. Like, nah, come on, bro. Come on, that's not. Get out of here.
Hey, man,
get out.
That's
but
crazy.
but you got Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? He walking around. He get jumped. But we had George Zimmerman in the Walmart in Doral, and nobody touched him.
Right. All right. Well,
So,
Coach, that's it for us today. We appreciate you being here. You know, I always love your brutal honesty. I tell him he's such an asshole. I love him. I love your brutal honesty. Hey, keep doing what you're doing with the kids out there. You know, we'll run past each other. Give a shout out to my boy Bean. He installed TV. So if you need your what you call it, Beanstallation?
Beanstallation.
Yeah, Beanstallation. So if you need a TV installed, you need some help with your kid training and all that stuff like that. You want to know what's the best cigars, you hit up my boy Bean.
There you go. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Nah, thank you for showing up and showing out. I appreciate you. I see you later, boy.
All right. KK.
All right.
All right, Will.
Appreciate you.
Yo.
Yeah. Man. I told you. Just bring somebody in that. You know, Miami is so funny because it be the simplest people and the simplest things that give you more insight on how it really is down here. Just talking about, remember we always talked about how much teachers get paid, how much the coaches in Miami, Florida, or period, just in the state of Florida get paid, and how much work they put in. I just be giving them a big kudos because when I used to coach, man, I know it's 365 days and the little $3,000 you get, that shit be gone before you even get it with these kids. So I'm good on that.
I mean, it speaks to a lot to, you know, I'm crazy. So it speaks a lot to everything from state politics to local politics to, you know, really what the community is, you know, the strength of the community keeps it going to the point that there, you know, that there's a lot of Florida sports, South Florida sports and Miami sports, and specifically that that have passionate people that care about their community and care enough to mentor these young people in spite of everything that's against them. And that builds back up from, you know, administration to city politics to state politics, especially within Miami, and in the sense of Black people in the political arrangement in Florida are treated as like seventh class citizen, in my opinion. Somebody that's been an outsider that's lived there, you know, Black people have really, especially as the city politics and state politics go, they're trying to kind of destroy the Black voice within this space. You know what I'm saying? You look at Overtown, what they're doing, they're wiping it out. They're trying to take Virginia Key Beach, you know, all of these historically Black spaces, Coconut Grove. I mean, that's been a gentrification project for the last 30, 40 years. And they're stamping it out.
You know why they do that, Cole? You know why they do that? They let crime rates go up. I tell you this all the time. Let crime rates go up, and then they could go ahead and they could say they're going to clean up the neighborhood by building this and building that. Really, all they're doing is pushing us out and taking away the Blackness that's in those neighborhoods and in those communities. So they just pushing everybody out and calling it gentrification. That's all.
Well, totally. I mean, that's what they did. Look, that is an 80-year project. If you look at across the United States, the way they've that the establishment has entered back into the city areas is that they, 80 years ago, when they finally lost against the government about keep letting Black people live in certain housing spaces, they moved to suburbs and then made it illegal for Black people to live in those places. And then a lot of times classified the Black spaces as industrial. And so there was a lot more pollution in those areas. And then, so you push these people, you give the suburbs, and then you allow drugs, you put drugs in there, which, the Nixon administration admitted that they did. And you try to destroy that kind of community space, let them kill themselves. They act like Black people don't want to have businesses, but then you look at Tulsa, they did have businesses. It's just even during the Restoration Project in the late 1800s, whenever Black people's businesses look up the Restoration Project, kids. When the Restoration Projects came around, the government helped white supremacy tear those businesses down. So they didn't want us to have businesses. So now this kind of 80-year project of taking back these inner cities is happening, which they call gentrification, because they moved to the suburbs, didn't let us out, didn't bus. And now when they let us in, we'll come back in these cities and take over these cities and wipe out the Black quotient.
Yeah, man, they tearing down all the projects, putting all these newer looking projects. I call them newer looking projects because all the new uprises and the new buildings, all of them built the same. All of them look the same. They just look way nice and more modern and stuff like that. I just say, they modern day projects, but they're pushing everybody out, and then they're bringing who they want in. They promised these people that they could come back. First of all, to move somewhere like a 2-2 in Miami, you got to have $8,700 to actually move in somewhere. That's high. First of all, it's gonna be a lot of pole turning and poontang selling out there for $8,700 just to move in with your kids. So it's very tough. And I always ask people, I'm like, why are they not going down on this rent, and why haven't the wages have, just up the wages so that people can at least survive? The reason why, we in Miami. Ain't nobody rushing to leave Miami. People are coming in. The people coming in, they ain't worrying about who you are, who are already here. You could be homeless, you could be whatever, you could get the hell out. Because they got money coming in with all the tourism, and people want to be in the sunshine, people want to be in Miami. Miami's where people want to be. So they're not trying to do nothing to help the people who are born and raised in the city or even nowhere near. So you know me, you gotta hustle, baby. That's why you gotta hustle hard around here.
Well, let's move on to.
I'm about this close from selling drugs. It's gonna be ass or cash. I'm about this close, buddy. For real. How you mix it up again? Shit, somebody didn't teach me.
Look, just watch any 90s music video. You'll be good.
Right. Right. I'm about to go do a documentary. Let me look up El Chapo. Boy, this close, dog.
Man. So I went to the movies finally.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna switch it up on us. I went and saw Cocaine Bear.
Fuck is that?
You don't know about Cocaine. So this, look, they're going to tell you it's based on a true story. The only truth to it is that some drug runners dropped some drugs and a bear ate cocaine and died. Okay. This was whenever ago. So Cocaine Bear, Matt actually recommended it. He was demanding I see this movie in the movie theater. So I'm like, okay. Matt, our executive producer on Jerry Curls. And so go see it. And man, you know what? I'm hard pressed to go to the movies these days. Like I can watch on bootleg and all that shit. I find my movies. And so went to the movies yesterday. Tuesdays, AMC got a little deal if you a Stubbs member or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well worth it. Cocaine Bear was fucking, it was, for what it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Basically, it is a pretty funny parody of a Friday the 13th movie in the woods, except Jason is a cocaine induced bear. And so it's
so
just,
killing people.
Just hunting motherfuckers.
Lord.
Like in a total like slasher, like Jason in the woods, Camp Crystal Lake type setting. He's
I have to go check that out, bro.
Fun. And so it is pretty funny. Like I mean, I wouldn't normally recommend stuff, but I was impressed.
I might have to go check that out. So I didn't go to the movies. I didn't do anything. I know Power came back on, and I love me some Tariq, and I love Mary J. Blige in there. I love everybody. Monet, she the hardest woman out there, but you know, that's what I've been doing. I'm liking the way 50 Cent merging the stuff in, like one season of something in, he have the other thing. Now take heed, 50 Cent, we need you to do that year round now. We don't need to be waiting for good TV. Y'all know I like to binge watch stuff. So when stuff go off, I'll be like, okay, when this coming on? What's next? So yeah, that's what I watched. And I told you I ain't do nothing. Sat in the house with my drawers. I only went Taco Tuesday. That's it.
Man, so, you know what? You mentioned Mary J. Blige. I am like, she has been killing it. I was just looking up her. I saw her in the Umbrella Academy. She's brilliant in. She's just like, she's just a great actress.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed her transition into acting, and she's just she whatever that kind of energy is, she brings that vibe to it.
Hell on Power.
And that's what like
I ain't never really seen her smile. Like she always like so serious. Like I kill a bitch. Like for real.
And it's on Umbrella Academy. She's I think she's an assassin. It's her. She's a team. It's her and this dude, and they're going around killing.
That's just how she acting now. That's just how she act on Power, but less serial killerish. But yeah.
When I was at Playboy, and there was a studio. We worked out of a studio in Glendale, California, and they used to rent out the main studio to videos and things like that. So they clear the sets. And so one day we see it was a Maybach in the parking lot. And we're like, oh, who is this? And the driver was outside just chilling. Nice guy. We started chatting with him because we had a different studio where we shot our shows. And I'm like, oh, who's here? And he's like, oh, I'm the driver for Mary J. Blige. And so, but it was a lockdown set. I was trying to get a sneak at Mary. I ain't seen her, and I'm willing to, a 25-year-old will holler at literally anyone. Literally anyone.
Very like a thug in real life, or she just like a polished thug. Like, when she first started out, it was the caps to the back, the baseball jerseys. Now she got hey man, Mary is a polished. She got it. She's very polished. I just want to know if she's a thug in real life. That's all I want.
My money's on thug. My money's on like she's not gonna fight anymore because she don't have to. But if she had to, she's down.
Okay. So speaking of fights, this is what I've noticed. I'm on social media, right? You have Candy and Tamar beefing.
I heard about this. I don't know about it. Just explain.
I don't know anything about it. I'm just reading like they beefing, they going back and forth. Y'all in the same city. Y'all throw some hands. Y'all go in the boxing ring, man. Y'all make some money off of this. I need to see some hair pulling. I need to see all that talking. I got my money on Candy though.
I got my money on Tamar. I don't got my money on Candy.
I got my money on Candy. So let's set this thing up. We need a celebrity boxing match with Candy and Tamar. See who gonna knock. Hey man, that's a lot of that'll be good. It'll get a lot of views. I think it will. So y'all need to set that up, and then y'all just send me like a $100 check for even giving y'all an idea, or you can even send more and I'll host it for you. Yeah, we need that fight right there. For real.
Yeah, my money's on Tamar. I think Candy. I think she's all talk. I think she light. Yeah, I think she light like that.
Okay. That's your take on it. That's your take. I mean, I've been, like I say, just sitting in the house. I get to watch so much stuff. I've watched Queen's Court. Queen's Court is with Tamar, Evelyn.
Oh, that's the
and Nivea trying to find love. Now I know Tamar done got engaged to the guy that she met on the show, but I thought it was like, just bullshit, like, just like Flavor Flav and all that other stuff. But they really marry these people, like random people, like people they meet people, like that's weird. That's weird to me.
Look, that's how hard people try to keep celebrity up. Is that they allow, because I mean, look, you know what it's like behind the scenes of a television show. And
right.
So they allow people to script their lives to a certain extent. Like, that's what people don't really realize. Like, at what point is this scripting becoming reality in the sense of like motherfuckers are really there? Like, oh, why don't you just marry them? And then they live with each other.
No.
Sex and everything. You got to give it up and everything.
Like I already wanted to, like when they was kissing on Flavor Flav, I already say throw the whole mouth away. So I already knew it was something going on. But yeah, it's been a little intense in my 4 days of vacation just watching TV. So I be catching up on stuff. Cause Tina be in there, she be binging on all type of stuff. I like to watch stuff like this. And then you got SWV and what's other and Escape. They beefing on their little show. I'm like, baby, y'all give me some fucking stuff or something. Give me something easy going. Yeah, everybody's so pressed. I don't get it. I guess that was sales, right? That would make TV.
Well, that's what this is another day. That's what neoliberalism makes neoliberalism. But that's a longer discussion.
Yeah, you just said some shit. I'm about to pull out my dictionary and be like,
that's another.
I keep forgetting you still in school. You like a doctor and shit. Hey, tone it down with the long words. You sounded like T.I.
So here's my question: did you watch any of the tourneys this weekend?
Any of the tourneys?
Yeah.
I watched the UM's girls game and I watched the UM boys game, which they tried to take the girls game away for us. Way to go, baby. Way to bring it through.
Well, let's talk about that first. That was. I've seen them a few times this season, and I personally, I mean, I'm biased obviously, but I personally like the team. I like the twins. I like now her name's escaping me, but I like the guard, kind of the taller guard that just hit the bucket to win it all the other day. I like it. I like how she just went down in the post and took a game. I like the team. I like the mix between, kind of intelligent guard play, but also grimy, go get a bucket when you need to get a bucket. I like that in a basketball squad.
This has been one of the most complete female teams I've seen in the last decade for women. And the men's team not shabby at all because they got nice ingredients. They got girth. They got, guys on the inside. They got nice guards. They got shooters. So from both teams, they really stepped up and surprised me. Literally, I'm surprised, especially for the girls. I'm surprised because I haven't really been following them this year. And just to watch that game, and they came out like Indiana's supposed to be like a powerhouse, boys, girls. I don't know too much about the girls, but I know the guys. But the boys blew that shit out the water. So I'm just interested on coming this week. All I know is everybody's bracket has been fucked up since this tournament started. Everybody.
I mean that Princeton dub and then that Fairleigh Dickinson, the men's. I mean, it's
Yeah.
everything has been torn apart. Like but that's what that's what
That's
makes
what
it
I love
better.
about college.
Yeah.
That's what I love about college. It's like any given day, anybody can get it. That's how you say it in the hood. Anybody can get it.
And I like, since they picked up from the stop down from COVID, it feels like there's more parity. Like there are more teams being upset. There are a lot of the powerhouses are, that's also with the change in money. All of these kind of things make change and kind of leadership within teams as well. But all of it is to say, like, some of these teams that we would have never, they just weren't going to win 15, 20 years ago. Now we're getting a lot of that.
Right. So usually when you think of the Sweet 16 and the NCAA tournament, you think of the UNCs, you think of, like all the top schools, that the Kentuckys, the teams that's been doing it in and out every year. And they just not that good. Like Marquette, didn't Marquette lose too?
Did they lose?
Yeah, I think they lost this week. So you think about all the schools and the teams that usually make it and do well, and now you got all these up and coming schools that got the same talent that's just balling out. I'm interested to see like a lot of games, like, last year, the last couple years, Gonzaga was like a big team. North Carolina been kind of like trashy for a couple of years, but other than that, I'm ready. I'm interested in seeing like who's going to actually make it to the Final Four. That's going to be like a money week. It's going to be so interesting, man.
That's why I think I'm going to put 50 on the Miami women and do a parlay 50 on Miami women and men making the Final Four. I think I have a little more faith in the women. I think they can beat Villanova this weekend. I'm a little nervous. I do believe in the men that they're going to beat Houston. I think Houston's just it's a taller, mountain to climb. The women took down number one the last round. And so, that to me, the women, it almost be more of, can you keep that high?
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at the bracket now. I'm looking at who lost. Listen, Duke lost, they ain't make it. Kentucky lost, they ain't make it. Marquette lost, they ain't make it. Kansas lost, they ain't make it. You got who else? This is crazy. Maryland ain't in there. Oh man, this is like unbelievable. Like Indiana out. All these schools that used to be like top of the food chain is done.
The Miami men's the last ACC team in the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is gonna be it. Like I'm going to like sit and watch Thursday, watch these games, because you got Florida Atlantic still in it. FAU in the Sweet 16, bro.
The Boca school. They in Boca, right?
Right. Like the kids are literally going where they could get a shot and making teams better. And that's what's been going on. It's kind of been leveling off the sports and the powerhouses and things of that nature. I just think that the NCAA basketball tournament is so great because people are playing teams they would never put on their schedule and losing to them. So you don't know these people, Adam. The scouting report only tell you so much.
And then it's like, I forgot. I lost it.
Well, you had a brain fuck.
I did. It stopped like.
All I was waiting to see was which HBCU that was going to pull it out and go ahead and make it through. But, hey, nobody did it. Nobody did it.
We're still waiting. We're still waiting. What was it? Howard made it in the men's this year? You feel like?
Who?
I think Howard was in the men's.
Howard made it.
Right.
Howard was there. Howard was there. Howard lost to Kansas. Yeah, by a good amount, almost 30 points.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, dog, don't beat me like that. Yeah, they did. But shoot, you gotta be proud. They made it.
All right. This is my question. As a UM, this is to somebody that's from Miami. As a UM alum, all I hear about FAU kids is that they're the parents got money, but they didn't have a good enough grades to pay their way into Miami, and so they went to FAU.
Hey man, that's some that's some PWI stuff because we ain't got money. We taking our financial aid and Pell Grants. So I don't even know about that. But yeah, no, I don't. I guess. I think with the FIUs and the FAU and the UM and it's so many schools down here too. It's kind of like I can't afford UM. UM is expensive.
Listen, that's what people like. Oh, you don't give to the alumni? I go, I'm still giving.
Right.
my
You
loans are
still
the gift
paying for
that's
school and how long
giving.
you been out of there? Shit. I be
I mean,
looking at that. I be like, how much is it? Is that for the year? No, the semester. Hey man, I'm taking my higher education somewhere else.
look, for me, it was the year before when I first went. The first time I ever went to Miami, I was there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I told you I met a Brazilian girl. Her name was Iba, and I was like, this is what you can do down here. This is who you could talk to down here. I was like,
shame.
I go, I remember I was running my mouth. I was like, I was putting my shooting. And she was like, you're real cool, you're real good dude, but you'll never come back. And so I was like, oh no, I'll be here next year.
So
and
hold on.
and I
You
moved the
chose
next
your
year.
university for some
No, it was that one was a representation of Miami.
Oh,
Of
okay.
this whole
So
thing.
that's a good reason to go to school down here.
It's but I mean,
hey, women rule the world. Ladies, you don't know how much power you got. This man made a whole life-changing decision based on female.
listen, I'd do it again.
I bet you would. I bet you would. Sure. Well, brother, I'm about to go take my shoes off, my clothes off, and watch me some smut TV tonight. I'm gonna see what's going on today. So that's it for me tonight. That's KK's Corner. I'm your girl KK. My boy.
Shit, love everybody.
We out. Peace.